When launching an e-commerce business, the majority of people tend to want to go into some of the hottest categories like beauty or fashion. But in today's video, I want to highlight a particular niche category that I've never really thought about until today when I was doing some research and ran into a particular store that is doing $2 million a month. And we're going to dive right into it. We're going to dive into every single aspect of this business in terms of market, website, offer, marketing, traffic in general, and it's going to shed a lot of light on how the top e-commerce brands operate. And it's going to help me as well because I run a company called the Chemi Lab where we run ads for a lot of the biggest companies out there and just generally a lot of e-commerce brands. So let's get right into it. The store is called katebackdrop.com. Now, Kate Backdrop is a pretty interesting store because what they sell is backdrops, which is kind of an interesting niche, right? I mean, I would have never thought to sell a backdrop. I didn't even think this was something that people were buying really. But then when I started to think about it, it actually makes a lot of sense. If we look at the backdrop surge trend, we can see that it's completely blowing up. And here's why I think it's blowing up just from a first glance. I think it's blowing up because more people have access to photography than ever before. What I mean by that is everybody, or at least the majority of people these days, have an iPhone or some sort of smartphone with a really advanced camera. So anybody can really be a photographer these days. And in order to take some really cool pictures, one easy way to do that, to make your pictures stand out, even if you're taking them through your phone, is to get a really cool backdrop. Pretty simple, right? So these backdrops come in all shapes and sizes. She's got a lot. Kate, I don't know if the founder's name, her name is Kate or not, but let's just assume it is. Her store features all kinds of backdrops. I mean, literally just so many different kinds of backdrops. Now, I do want to see which one is the best seller. I'm always interested to see which thing is actually best selling because that usually tells us where the opportunity mostly lies. Not always, but just in general, you want to emulate or copy the things that are working. So for example, their best sellers here are this kitchen backdrop with a white wall for photography. So this is a lot of Christmas stuff. Perfect for the niche or perfect for the season right now. And then of course these 12-pack backdrop clips. This is actually really genius because now you can sell these backdrops, right? But in order to hang them up, you'll need some sort of clips. So people will consistently come back over and over again to buy clips from you if they really like your brand. So there's a monthly recurring revenue component here that is undervalued. I mean, she's not doing it on a subscription. Makes sense. You don't really need it on a subscription, but it is something that people would come back for over and over again. And those things make an e-commerce business extremely, extremely valuable. And it makes it really easy for people like us where we run a lot of media buying, let's say. It's a lot easier to spend more money and scale faster because we know the lifetime customer value from subscriptions. Now, they also sell the equipment, right? The telescopic stand. So this is something that you can interchangeably sell. And this one's pretty high ticket. I mean, $150 is pretty big or pretty expensive for what it is. And then of course, like I said, what I've been showing you, they sell just a bunch of backdrops and then props and things of that nature. Really cool, unique store. I would have never guessed that this niche was so popular. But it is. And as you see, the landing page is really good, actually. It's really simple. They feature some Trustpilot reviews here. This is kind of an expensive thing to have. The Trustpilot widget, you actually have to pay for that, which is an interesting tidbit. I'm always trying to dump as much value as possible, just all the knowledge that I've been gaining over the years. And that's something I learned about over time is Trustpilot. You can cheat the system and try to code it yourself, but this is better. And they do have a Facebook group, which is really interesting and actually a really cool thing that I believe is going to be bigger and bigger over the next few years, over the next decade even, is brands building stronger communities. We see it a lot in the info product space, like course sellers and stuff like that, like School and WAP. Those are platforms that allow people to build communities off of their info, but we don't see that a lot with physical products, which is kind of interesting. Now let's take a look at their ads, right? Let's go into now their traffic, because we see their website and it's great. But the most important thing really is product and creatives, right? And the marketing. So as you see, they are running a ton of ads, 210 different ad results. That's pretty significant. And that's really what it takes to win at a high level with Meta, is constantly testing and iterating on new content. So as you see, a lot of image ads. People sleep on image ads. I think a lot of people don't test enough image ads because they think that videos are better, and videos are great, don't get me wrong, but image ads can perform extremely well, especially for something like this that's pretty self-explanatory. As you see, you just showcase people with their backdrop, or this family. Create your own Christmas wonderland. Our high quality Christmas backdrops are perfect for adding a festive touch to any photo. Join our VIP group here. Oh, wow. So they're doing a really, really clever thing here, actually. Wow. They are linking to their VIP group, their Facebook group, on the ad, but they're also linking people to the store. Meta probably really likes that, because then they're actually keeping a lot of the people on the platform, and therefore this ad is likely to get really low CPMs and a lot more engagement than your usual conversion optimized ad. They are driving conversions with this. They are optimizing it for conversions, but they are adding a link to their Facebook group within it as well, so that people can join the Facebook group. That's actually brilliant. Super clever strategy. I'm gonna have to put that, note that down if any brands that I work with or build in the future have a Facebook group, or buy in the future. I can't wait to start buying brands, honestly. I think we can totally crush that. But anyways, this is their Instagram. As you see, they're linking to their Facebook community a lot. They are posting a decent bit of content here, but they're not doing very well organically. That's definitely something they could improve upon, but of course they don't really need to right now because they're crushing it as it is. So now let's look at their Pinterest. Pinterest is a huge source of their traffic. As you can see, they're driving 10 million monthly views. Makes sense. They're just constantly pinning images of people using the backdrops. Extremely simple. Pinterest is also very much slept on, and I think it's largely because people just focus mainly on Facebook ads, but you can get a lot of organic reach. You can easily hire a simple virtual assistant or something to constantly be repinning things on your Pinterest if it's relevant for your brand, and build a lot of momentum and SEO through it. Now they do have a YouTube channel as well, which is pretty cool, and they are posting on here, most likely so that they can run ads on YouTube. That's my guess. And of course, they do have a TikTok as well. You can see they've tested some TikTok ads. That's probably how they got all these views, is my guess. Same with this one. But yeah, they're testing everything, trying to be omnipresent, which is really smart. Now, as you see, they get a lot of organic reach, a lot of organic search traffic, which is really good. And most of their social traffic actually comes from Facebook, which makes sense because they have that Facebook group. They're running a lot of Facebook ads, and they're just going heavy on Facebook, which is really cool. I really like to see that. So again, this is a really interesting niche. I would have never thought to sell anything like this in the past, but now my mind is open to just all of the opportunities that come about from everyone having a phone with really nice cameras, right? That opens up a lot of possibilities. Of course, people probably think of phone cases or, camera accessories for your phone, but nobody's thinking about backdrops. That's actually so clever. So really great niche. This niche actually can span into a lot more things too, and that's what they're doing, right? They're also selling props. They're selling all kinds of dresses now too, just to, make more epic photo shoots for people. And that's pretty much all they do. They have a really clean brand, really amazing story, and overall niche. Again, very original. And I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you get some ideas from it. I'm definitely thinking a lot about this Facebook group strategy now. I've never seen this before, but it's really clever. So definitely going to think about how to apply that. And one thing I do want to mention too is that this brand is using OmniSend. So there's kind of a Klaviyo supremacy when it comes to retention, but I'm starting to think more about OmniSend. I've been using them. I've been talking to their team a lot lately, and we're doing a lot of cool things together. So I'm starting to use it on most of the things that we do email marketing for. And what's great about them is that they're actually more affordable than Klaviyo, but with the same functionalities. So it's kind of a no-brainer, and you can get 30% off for 3 months with my code here, RE30. So shout out to the team at OmniSend, and you guys make sure to try them out, because even large stores like this, printing 2 million a month, are utilizing OmniSend. So we definitely want to make OmniSend, you know, a bigger competitor to Klaviyo. We don't want Klaviyo to have a monopoly on all this. So hopefully you guys use it. Make sure you use that link in the description to start your OmniSend account. It's free to start. And actually, you can start getting results right away with it. So pretty cool stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and that's about it. Peace.